Hello, we're here at the Bordentown paperback, pulp, and collectors show, and we're just going to walk around and just do a little tour of some of the tables and some of the dealers. Over here is Paul Herman's table. Paul isn't here right now. He's wandering around someplace, but there's just some of the vintage paperbacks and pulps he has for sale. They're all beautiful condition books on display. There's some of the books that he has. That's Harry Whittington. A lot of different books, magazines, true crime, man to man, all reasonably priced, beautiful condition. Detective magazines. Manhunt magazines, Armed Service editions, Shadow, Pulp magazines, other Pulp magazines. All these different Pulp magazines, Running Detective, great cover art. G-Man Detective. John Gunnison has a display of beautiful comics and pulp magazines, classic vintage stuff, and newly reprinted classics. These are reprints of the classic pulps that John has, and John French.
The same vendors were there. The same customers were there.
John French is an author and a publisher from Maryland, and he has many books that he's written. A lot of his books. Also, he publishes a lot of the books of C.J. Henderson. C.J. Henderson. This has a McGuire cover. No Free Lunch. That's one of C.J.'s best.
Does he sell online, or can we get in touch with him?
John, you sell online?
My books are available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and through the different publishers.
Thank you.
He was his own best friend.
Let's continue our tour of the Bordentown book room. This is the main book room. There's another smaller room in the back, which we're going to go to.
Don't walk by. Come, meet the author. Welcome to the big, fat, wonderful world of me.
That's about it.
That was Chris Henderson's sales pitch. Here's Chris from who has a table of vintage paperbacks and science fiction magazines and adventure magazines, joke books. Harlan Ellison, Ace, The Man with 9 Lives. Great Inherent to Stars, James P. Hogan. That's his first novel, a really good science fiction book. I read when it came out. Some hard case crime.
Do you sell online?
We'll have all the
How do
information.
people get in touch with you if you want?
Hi, I do sell online. I have a website. I'm on eBay, Amazon, email. Feel free.
We'll put all of that
Or come to the shows.
We'll put all that information on at the bottom of the.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. Okay. So we continue.
Dr. Strange.
Well, you sell out yet?
You want to see Greifin
There's the
books?
Greifin Books table. There's Rich Green. Hello, Rich. If you turn to your right,
I bought some already.
if you turn to your right, okay, here's a original paperback painting. Sea Tyrant. There's a lot of original art here for paperbacks and for pulps. And this is Nick Serto, Edward Diggs Latouche, and Walker Martin, and Ed Hulse is over there. Ed, say hello.
Walker has a blog, right?
Walker, you have a blog, right? You have a blog?
No. I've done some online articles.
Oh, okay. If you guys, selling and stuff, will give us your information. We'll put it in the description at the bottom.
I have a complete set of the paperback collector, though, all 104 issues.
You're one of the first subscribers to Paperback Parade.
Right.
That's right. And this is Ed Hulse from Blood and Thunder Press, and Ed, a lot of books that he published. He publishes, well, Blood and Thunder magazine. This is Blood and Thunder sampler, and
This is the new format, first issue of the new format.
First issue of the new format of Blood and Thunder magazine about the pulps.
Beautiful.
Beautiful laid out magazine with all kinds of wonderful information, stories, articles, photos.
Can people order this from you?
People can
Yes,
order
at muraniapress.com.
Urania, okay.
Okay.
MURANIA press.com.
And it's Ed Hulse. And I have to say that this book here, Blood and Thunder Guide to Pulp Fiction by Ed, is one of the best damn books I ever read on the pulps. I mean, he knows the pulps inside out, not only the history of the magazines, but the authors and the artists, and it's a joy. It's a sheer joy to read. I mean, it is a nice big fat book of pleasure because it's incredible illustrations of the covers, but Ed really gives you a whole, a real feel, a real heart for the pulps, and his writing is excellent. And this book I heartily recommend to anybody that likes pulps, and all of his material is first rate. He puts a lot of love into what he does.
Thank you.
And we'll continue.
Thank you.
And just
Don't be careful.
just give a swing around the room, give people an idea. There's also people that have a lot of videos here, especially of, there's Brian Emmerich. Look at that. Evidence of his being here. But there's a lot of people that have really rare and obscure videos, horror, science fiction, fantasy, crime, and there's some art, a lot of nice original art paintings. Here's the original painting for this issue of Skyfighters, Pulp. There's the painting and the artwork. There's the original art for the Lancer book Redbeard by Michael Resnick. Other paintings. So there's a lot of original art at the show, and original art is expensive sometimes because it's original, it's one of a kind, but it's special, and sometimes you can find some good deals and find some really, really nice stuff, really beautiful work. This is Joe Raynone, has a nice collection of very good condition, key vintage paperbacks, hardcovers, and magazines and pulps. And this is just a part of his stock. If you turn around here. This is Audrey Parenti from Bold Venture Press, boldventurepress.com. They have new books, Zorro, books on Richard Lupoff. They've published a couple of my own crime hardware novels, railroad stories, Pulp Noir. This is Audrey's book here. This is her novel, Pulp Noir. Pulp Romance Noir is a really fun book. If you're into book collecting and the pulps, you're gonna love this. Also, they did a new edition of Primal Spillane, which I originally published under my imprint Gryphon Books, and they've published a new edition that revised and expands the stories and added material. So that's a cool book. Pulp Jazz by Charles Beckman story, and Strictly Poison, and some other Charles Beckman books. He was probably one of the longest living pulp writers from Corpus Christi, Texas. And this is Once a Pulp Man. This is also another book that Audrey wrote on Judson Phillips, who wrote a New Pentecost. So Bold Venture Press does a lot of really nice books that you should take a look at. And we're going to list their information at the bottom of the description also. And we're just standing around the room, take a look at the displays, people selling videos and CDs and DVDs, classics, movie posters. I Escaped from the Gestapo. This is Brendan Faulkner and his wife, who have a nice display of vintage collectible material, everything you could think of pretty much. Brendan has hardcover books, comic books, digests, vintage paperbacks, all kinds. There's British science fiction, American imagination, classics illustrated, westerns, so many different books, so many magazines, creatures, monster magazines. These are really cool. One of my favorite, John W. Campbell, Ace Double, The Ultimate Weapon on the Other Side. I read those when I was a kid. They're still great. Isaac Asimov's The Caves of Steel in the Signet edition from the 1950s. A Shadow, favorite. Murder Queen High, Wade Miller. A lot of paperbacks. There's something here for everybody's interests, taste, and style. Pulp magazines.
And doesn't Brandon do a show?
Brendan does a show in Manhattan.
This is what I've been working on.
Wow, and his wife also does beautiful jewelry.
And
She weaves her own wire.
Yeah, it's all woven.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
we're going to list Brendan's information at in the description for the show and for your website.
Okay.
That's Brendan. Say hello.
Hello.
And you can see he has a wide selection of material. Okay, here's the show. It's the Vintage Mania show, which is at the, it's in Manhattan, at the,
It's now called the Watson. It used to be the Holiday Inn.
yeah, I know, they changed it, different names.
Different owners.
And it's, your show is
Well, our
every,
next one is 11/16.
okay, November 16th.
Yeah, we don't have one for December, and then we have new dates coming next year.
Okay. Well, we're going to list their information in their website, and you can find out for information for the dates of the show next year. And if you can't make it to their November 11th show, but in the meantime, check them out and see what they're doing, what they're selling. They have some really great stuff. I have a large variety of things. You never know what you're going to find when you come to their table and see all kinds of great stuff. So we'll let you know about that. And,
Sorry, I didn't realize you were doing it.
No, it's okay.
yeah, we're just walking around. We're very impromptu, but we'll put all the information at the bottom of the description. So if anybody looking, if they want to get in touch with you, they can, and they can find out information about the show.
Yes.
You know, and hopefully they'll come because it's a great show. It's the same place where I used to do my show.
Yes.
And that's very nice. And there's a lot of great books and collectibles. Hammer Horror magazines, beautiful stuff. Savage Tales,
Pulp magazine.
Unknown World of Science Fiction, Pulp magazine, Spicy. That's a good one. That's nice. Find That Corpse by Robert Leslie Bellum.
We have some original artwork.
I see there's original painting back there.
Also,
And over there, more original artwork.
that's actually a comic book that Brendan wrote.
2 beers and a sandwich was $10. That's how many years ago. And then the platter and 1 beer was $10. Now it's probably the platters 10 and the beers are 10. It's still it's pretty good.
Brendan.
Yes, I see what Alex doing.
And this is John Gunnison, who's a venture house. He publishes High Adventure, which is an incredible magazine of classic pulp reprint stories. He has a great selection of classic collectible comic books, really primo stuff in nice condition, and of course many great pulp magazines and other dealers. So you can get an idea of some of what's available here at the Bordentown Vintage Paperback and Pulp Show. A lot of really nice things for every collector interest. And I just wanted to let you know about that, and hope you enjoyed this look at the Bordentown show. And it's a fun show. A lot of nice, great people here. It's an annual show in November. This is November 2nd, and every year Rich Harvey and Audrey Parente put on a really great event for pulp collectors from all over the Northeast region that come here and buy and sell and trade and talk about their favorite subject, pulp magazines, paperbacks, art, and all the things that are related to that, comic books and everything. So with that said, I just want to say thank you for taking a look. I hope you enjoyed this look, and maybe you can come to the show next time. And in the meantime, give us a thumbs up and a like, and subscribe to the channel for more information and more material like this. Thanks for looking, and I hope you enjoyed it.